everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a battle of ... This is going to be a new segment in my channel. The segment's going to be about two different items that I got that are similar, and then I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of it. And then I'm going to actually tell you what I'm actually wearing, and that's going to be the winner. And the great thing about this is that maybe you're having a crisis where you don't know which one to pick from to buy. Well, maybe my opinion will actually affect yours. So this is strictly my own opinion. I'm not paid by any of these companies to actually promote it. And it's just for fun, and I hope it's helpful for you guys. Alright, the two items that I'm going to be talking about today is foundations. One is Revlon's and Maybelline's. And I'm going to talk about Intense Liner. This is liquid eyeliner, and they're both from L'Oreal, but they're in different types of packaging, as well as the tip of the applicator is different. So good news, it's all from the drugstore, so it's really quick and easy to go buy. Alright, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the eyeliners, and I'm going to start out with this one. This is the Liner Intense in Carbon. They both are in carbon, and to differentiate between the two, I'm going to refer to this one as the Gold Top. Alright, this Gold Top one, the applicator is a brush, and it's really hard to use, I think, but at the same time, if you really want a very fluid calligraphy line, then this would be the perfect one for you. Alright, well, first I'm going to talk about is the pro. The pro about this is you get a lot of product. This is only like around $7 or $8 depending where your area is, and I got mine at CVS when it was buy one get one half off, and this is actually 0.23 fluid ounce, so you get pretty much 1/4 of an ounce, so that's a lot. I really like this one just because it's very cheap for a liquid liner, and that's pretty much it that I can talk about that is pro. I did buy this first and used it. I think the con of this is actually because it's a brush, it's really hard to use, and the brush isn't very high quality, so you kind of get that brush look where it's like that when you kind of ruin your brushes and it like gets all separated and your line isn't perfect anymore. Not only that, but the formula for this one, I'm not sure if it's the same formula as the other liquid liners that L'Oreal has, but with this one in particular, I think maybe because it's using a brush to apply, you don't have control over the amount of product that you get to put on your eyes, and what happens is too much causes it to flake. Like after you dry, it kind of has this like plastic overlay, and then even if you have like an itch and you want to scratch it, or you curl your lashes after you put eyeliner on, some of it gets on the eyelash curler and it flakes this off. I noticed that if I go into the pool with this, it does flake off. It doesn't stay on very well. So I'm gonna have to say that there are more cons than pros for this item in particular. For the Intense Liner, this is the felt pen one, and I'm going to be referring to this as the Black Top. And the applicator is actually a felt tip that is a sponge, and because it's a sponge, it does soak up a lot of the amount, and that actually gives you a better control of the certain amount that you want. So first I'm going to start with the cons, and the cons about this is that you do not get a lot of product. You actually get only 0.05. That's actually almost like 1/5 of the gold tip one, and I think the price is the same, so that is really a rip-off, but I guess because of the applicator, it does make up for it. In order to use this, before you apply it, you have to shake it, and it's kind of like it thins out the product and allow the product to actually soak into the tip, and it's kind of like a nail polish where you have those little beads, so that's the same concept. This is the amount of product that's in here. The rest is just the applicator. I know it looks a lot bigger than this one, so it looks like you might get a little bit more, but you don't. You only get 0.03 or 0.05 fluid ounce. I actually like this one much more. The pro is that it's very controllable. If you want a thick line, you just have to press down harder. And let's say if you want a thick line, you press down very hard. And a thin line, you just use the tip. And so you can really control it. And especially with most eye shapes, you kind of want to curve. And when you're using the brush one, you can't really curve that well because it's harder to handle. And I'm going to show you the difference on a sheet of paper. This is the gold tip one. And this is how it would look. You kind of can tell that the tail part is really hard to do just because if you go over it, it'll make it thicker because you cannot control the amount of product that you put on. And you can tell that the brush is not a very clean line, so you would have to go over it and over it. Alright, and now I'm going to show you the black top one. And you can tell that this one is much more like a marker, and the line is very, very, very intact. So you can control it and you don't have to go over your eye a couple of times. So you don't actually waste as much product. But if you can really tell, this one is much darker and more intense because it does pick up more product, and this one is less, so it doesn't smear as much. And because this one, the gold top, it's actually more product, it does flake off easier than the black top. And so the winner is going to be the black top one, and I'm actually wearing it right now. What I really like about this is that I can just throw it in my purse, and then let's say I'm not wearing makeup that day, but I have something really important that I forgot about, and I'm like, oh no, I have to go in with no makeup. So I'll just do it in the car really quick when my car is parked, and it's so fast. You can't really mess up with this. It's like dummy proof. So I think if you were to have to pick between these two, I would pick the black top one. Alright, moving on to the Mousse Foundation. This is the Dream Matte Foundation from Maybelline. This one is Revlon's ColorStay Mineral Mousse. Alright, well, first I'm going to start out with the Dream Matte Mousse, and the consistency is much different than the Revlon one. It's actually in a jar container, and if you can see, the product does look like mousse. And I have to say the pro of this one is the fact that it is so creamy and it glides on your imperfections. I do have dry patches, so I'm really afraid of mousse products because it doesn't glide on well, but this one, as long as you use your fingers and you let it kind of melt on your fingers, then it really glides on so nicely. And it doesn't cause any oils at the end of the day. The only con that I can think about for this product in particular is that it is in a jar, so you do have to dig in your fingers, and if you have longer nails, it does get into your fingers, and that is very unsanitized. So what I actually do is I use a brush. I just tap it a couple of times, tap it on my face, and I just start to blend out, and it works really good. So you don't have to use your fingers unless you are touching up the dry patches. And I'm going to show you the consistency. It's very, very cloud-like, and when you put it on your skin, it does look darker, but you just have to blend it in. And a little product goes a long way. And I think it looks great. Now for the Revlon. I'm going to have to say that the container for this one, the packaging is much better because it is a tube. And that way you can actually squeeze everything out and not get your nails or your fingers dirty. and it's a little bit more sanitized. Also, I like about this is the fact that it is mineralized, but with a lot of mineralized products it does separate because it is a mousse consistency. In order for the mineralized to actually become a liquid, I think they have to use a lot of oil. And what happens with this, I think the biggest con for this product is the fact that when you press out of the tube, you get like this chunk of liquid that is like oil. It kind of reminds me of ketchup. You know, when you have the container in the refrigerator or just out, and then when you first open it, it comes out this like oily consistency, and it's really disgusting. So you have to kind of like shake your ketchup, or you have to kind of massage the package just so that oil substance won't come out. Well, this one does the same thing, and it's really disgusting. I don't know if this one is gonna do it today, but I'm gonna show you. Alright, see how this is not even a mousse consistency? That's oil right there, and it's really disgusting. And the consistency is like this. It looks like this, and then when you blend it, it doesn't blend as well just because of the oil. It does seep into the wrinkles and crevices, and I really do not like that. So this is the Dream Matte Mousse from Maybelline, and this is the Revlon ColorStay Mineral Mousse Foundation. So I honestly think this one doesn't dry very well. So at the end of the day, it does oil like build up around your nose, and because the product does separate, I feel like it does separate on your face, so it does kind of slide out. So I really dislike this one. So obviously you guys know that the Dream Matte Foundation is going to be the winner today, and I'm actually wearing it right now, and this is going to be my go-to foundation for filming, for going out, and it's cheap. It's only around $7 to $8, and I think it's a great deal. So that is our first battle of the ... and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully there will be more. I'm going to try to find new products to do reviews on maybe twice a month. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I should review on or what I should do battle of the, please comment below. See you guys next time. Bye!